Petting with Cheri Hardman. Today's guest is Melanie Calabrese. Hey, Melanie, how are you?
Good. It's great to be here.
I'm glad you're here. I see you have a friend there. Would you like to introduce us?
Yes, this is Barry. She is my best friend. Um
How do
she
you, how do you spell her name? Like the fruit?
Yeah, like the fruit. So she's a rescue. It's Berry. She was a foster dog, and I adopted her from the Humane Society of Silicon Valley, and her name was already Barry, and I didn't want to change it, so I kept it there. So it's kind of gender neutral, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Um, so you said she was a foster, so were you fostering her or somebody else was?
Oh, I wasn't fostering her. I wish I could do that, but living in California, having an apartment, she was fostered by somebody who worked at the Humane Society,
Okay.
and there she is. And yeah. So she lived in somebody's home. When they first rescued her, she was in the shelter at San Jose, and she wasn't doing well. She had like failure to thrive. And then the Humane Society in Silicon Valley had her at a foster home, and the rest is history.
So how old is she?
Barry, can I say her age? She is 10.
Okay. And how old was she when you got her?
She was a year old. I always liked
Oh,
adopting dogs that are, aren't puppies, because, they need to be
right.
adopted. And
Oh, she's so pretty.
I love her. Thank you.
So did you know anything about her history like before she came to the shelter or?
Yeah, it's interesting. They always say that, oh, we found her in a field. That's what they told
Mhm.
me. And, I know that there was definitely some PTSD, and because when she was at the shelter, at the regular city shelter, she didn't eat. She was really skinny, failure to thrive. And
Mhm.
then, so I think, she was afraid of men in hats. So she had
Yeah.
some stuff. So I was married at the time. So it took her a good year to feel comfortable with my ex when we were married.
Mm.
He's great.
Yeah. So wow. Yeah, I you just triggered me a little bit because
Oh,
no, because I have a dog that kind of has some separation anxiety issues, and we've
mhm.
only had him for a year ourselves, but he's at the groomers right now. And so when my husband dropped him off, he was just, so I know like right now at this particular moment, he's just like wondering where the hell we are. There's
Oh, I know.
parent, pet parent anxiety. So
Yes,
um,
yes, it's real.
my
I
husband's
get
on the way to go get him right now. He's fine, but
it.
like you feel bad for them when they have issues that they came to you.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm like, oh, but she had a rough life.
Yeah. So does she have any quirks or do any tricks or?
Don't we all, Sherry? Yes, she does. So it's her and I, and we live alone here, and I'm so grateful to have her because she got me through this, time in quarantine.
Mhm.
My dog is, she's very territorial. She's Jack Russell Chihuahua. So I like to say she's a Jack Chi because it sounds much
Mhm.
more,
Mhm.
Kardashian-like. And she does not like people when they come to our house. She's a
Mhm.
complete cock block, Sherry.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah.
And then like even friends. So I do wish it's hard, and then but it's okay, we kind of work on it and stuff. And then she has traveled with me to New York. My family lives in New York, so she goes on the airplane, and she goes in a little crate. And so she's been around on the East Coast. She's been to
Uh-huh.
Vegas. And so she's a traveling girl. And then the other thing is she's very verbal, and she has dog friends in the neighborhood because I walk her like 2 or 3 times a day. And
Mhm.
she's a cougar, my dog.
She likes the younger ones, huh?
Younger male dogs. I mean, she would literally cry, and they love her. They love her.
That's sweet. That's really sweet. So if Barry was going to write you a review as a pet owner, what would she say about you?
I love this question. I was thinking about it. I think she would say, wow, this is awesome. I have this woman in my life. It took me some time to get used to her. I was married at the time, probably thinking, glad she left him. And, now we're in this apartment and gee, mom, you know what? You should give me more of that wet dog food. I don't like this dry dog food. And I love our walks together. And I love, oh, even though I sometimes eat shit as a dog, you're patient with me. And then the last thing in quarantine, stop talking to that stupid computer.
Yeah. For sure. I bet our dogs are so happy to have us home all the time, though.
He loves.
There's going to be a rude awakening when the world goes back to normal.
Yeah, like I did laundry the other day and I had like a lot of big bins, and I literally, she must have thought I was moving out and she was crying and I was like, you can't come to the laundromat. You'll be miserable, But yeah,
Right.
I'm happy to have her.
Well, good. All right. So now we're going to switch over and talk to heavy petting. Talk about heavy petting of the human variety. My little thing is some young people don't know what that means. So
Mhm.
that was our term for making out. Well, it was really like before my time that they really used that, but still. So it just means like making out, any kind of contact, sexual, dating. So anything in the dating relationship realm, if you have any, amusing stories you'd like to share with us, that would be fabulous.
Yeah. I was thinking back when heavy petting, we used to call it like dry humping. I know that was one thing. And I remember, I was always growing up Catholic and, Italian father. He was always so strict and, like you can't date till you're 16. And I was paranoid that, oh my God, I'm gonna go to hell, or I thought it was really easy to get pregnant. I had no idea, like what
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole dynamics. So I remember I was making out with somebody and doing some dry humping. And I remember it gets wet there when you're as a female. And I was
Well,
like,
used to anyway, but yeah.
I get it. I love it. I know. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway, sorry to
insane.
interrupt, but go ahead.
I get it. So I went home. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, it's wet there. That means that his stuff went inside me. I'm pregnant.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, back to the encyclopedia looking at that stuff. And,
Oh.
I would call my friend and I think I'm pregnant and I can't be pregnant. I have to go to college and become a teacher. And she was like, I don't think you're pregnant. I think you have to take your clothes off. So yeah, that's probably the thing. And I never became pregnant, never had kids. I just have a dog.
uh, you know, there's something to be said for sex ed. There's a lot of stress that goes into being young when
Yes,
you don't know what's going on with your body and you're afraid to ask.
it is. And my mom was a nurse. So she was always really good about telling us and about, you should look at your vagina sometime. It's amazing. And I thought she was a weirdo for saying that. But yeah, we should,
Uh-huh.
try to get, understand it and
Right.
everything. It was just
So
my stress and paranoia about.
no. So after this, I want everyone that's watching to go look at your vagina in a
Yes,
mirror.
yes.
I'm sure, if you haven't, you should.
You should. You should
I
look
haven't
at
seen
it.
I have not seen mine in a long time. I don't bend that way anymore, And then I have this
There's
joke.
mirrors.
I know, but last time I tried to like take a picture of it, I had my leg up on the bathroom counter, and that bathroom attendant wasn't very appreciative of that. So that's such a dumb joke.
I
Anyway,
love it.
always got to stick a joke in there if you can,
I love
No,
it.
but no, I mean, but really, you should know your body. You can't tell someone else how to please you if you don't know how to please yourself. So,
Yeah, and I remember just understanding what it's all about. Like the first time I got a pap smear, I had no idea what this was all about. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So yeah, it's important to know that.
Right. So what's the best compliment you've ever gotten on your naked body?
Oh gosh. You know, I think as I gotten older, you know, being with the right partner to make sure they give you a compliment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like, um, probably my breasts, they like my breasts. I don't know.
Well, they do look pretty good right now, I gotta
Thank you,
say.
Cheri. I'm like, that's the only thing. I'll never get plastic surgery. I never had kids, but I'm like, these things better never fall. But I know they're gonna fall.
Yeah. Well, all right. So, other than this, what's the best thing that happened to you today?
Oh, it most definitely has to be. I'm a teacher, and turning on Zoom and seeing my students say, "Hi, Miss Melanie," and that's what I live for. Not live for.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog.
Yeah.
I'm, but that's and seeing you and being on with you. Yeah. So just being that social interaction. I wish I was there in person with my students, but seeing
Mm-hmm.
them and laughing with
Mm-hmm.
them.
Oh, good, good. So, if anybody wants to find you, I know there's not a lot going on comedy wise here. I don't know about there, but if anybody wants to find you social media wise or any otherwise, how can they do that?
Well, my Melanie Calabrese is my Facebook page, and I'm so excited to tell you, and I would love to have you on our showcase. Myself and Cynthia Annette, she's brand new to comedy. We are putting up a women's open mic on Thursdays,
Oh.
Pacific Standard Time at 8. And we're really trying to get like a network together of like people who identify as women or non-binary. Because I know I met you at Chicks with Mics.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Facebook page. We set it up yesterday. It's called Funny Ladies Power Hour. So like an hour of open mic and then a half an hour of like a lounge for women to hang out, and it's a safe spot. And
Mm-hmm.
then twice a month we want to do showcases of women,
Oh,
comedy. And then we want to get women paid. We want to get so we're thinking about like doing something where women can get paid, use gift cards.
mm-hmm.
Everybody could use a gift card, Cheri.
Right. And while we're at it, why don't you give us do you have a Venmo address that I could put up here?
Yeah. I mean, I could, you know what I could do? I could use it towards our funny women's. I have to remember it.
Well,
um,
I can always type it in later. You can go find it and I'll type it in
okay,
later when I'm
great.
editing. But yeah, we'll
Yeah, we
do
would
that
love
so
to
then you
have you.
can, I'm trying to help. Like, people that are in the arts are not really getting paid right now.
Right,
So whatever I
right.
can hopefully do will
Well,
help. So
I do my open mic on Tuesdays. It's a mixed open mic, and been doing that for like 2 months. Myself and Pete Muniz host it, and I don't I'm just there to show the talent and everything. And I'm doing okay. I'm working, but there are people who aren't working.
right.
So and especially so we're hoping December 3rd to start the our Funny Ladies Power Hour. We
Okay.
want to really dip into it and really make it a network. I'm very excited about it.
All right. Well, I'll keep my eyes open for that. And it was lovely having you on here. This is the
Oh,
after
great.
show. Um, this will air like not this next Tuesday, but the one after that. So,
Great. I love it.
all right. All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you. And Barry says thank you.
Uh, bye, Barry. All right.
Bye, my beauty.
All right.
What's on her mind? She's a big, big girl in a skinny woman's world. Now she's a big, big girl in a skinny woman's world. Now she's a big, big girl, big, big girl, big, big girl, big, big girl.